Hey everybody, it's Master Gallengeist here, bringing you my review for The Amazing Spider-Man Issue 1 2025. Oh, that's a really nice cover. Now, this is just like, hey, this is a new run. I like the wraparound. Now, Rhino is in here. Not all of the rest of these characters are, but it's a cool one to show that, like, shit's getting real. And just Pepe's art, really good, man. Now, this issue is $5.99. We are getting close to the 1,000th issue of Spidey. So this thing is pretty good quality-wise as well. I think, we'll get to it, but this is like the staple page. Like, no kind of loose pages or anything. Same what was going on quality-wise of Doctor Strange of Asgard. I just want to keep hitting on that because you're spending your money on it. It should be in a pretty good condition. And I trust my comic book shop. They're good. They treat me right. It's just sometimes I understand that things kind of go nutty when you're trying to get stuff out fast, and that shit can like go nuts. But this is the good quality. Now, if you don't feel that this is worth $5.99, I get that. This has one main story, and then like two ones towards the back, done by John Romita Jr. So let's crack into this. I've been excited to speak with you, Mr. Parker. On paper, you're an ideal candidate. Hopefully in real life, too. Ha! Hopefully. Bomatech's recent work has been nothing short of groundbreaking, and I'd love to be a part of. For someone so young, you've lived a hell of a life. Yes, I've been very lucky, sir. Lucky is one way to spin it. Orphaned, adopted, top marks through your master's at ESU. But your doctorate was withdrawn because you plagiarized the work of another scientist. Well, no, I can explain that. And the meteoric rise and fall of Parker Industries was nothing short of criminal. What are we just, are we going to discuss the job? The job is me calling you a fuck to your face. I lost millions, you fucker. This could have been an email. Fucking millions! And it's like, shit. And I really like how Pete's drawn here, and it's cool to kind of see the spider bite there. It's like, cool. And his face of like, shit, as he's getting shit thrown at him. To the next one. And I'm sure you were ready for this, but how would you describe your weaknesses? This is where I make it sound like a strength. Like I care too much about my job. Folks, a lot heavier than it looks. Yeah, of course. Say rescue. Please run now. It's like, as he's got that up, it's like, oh god. Now these are just your kind of regular kind of panels, which works out pretty well because we keep pretty much the same kind of perspective on Peter, which is a very interesting kind of way to do it and have it framed of a camera kind of like looking at his face as we're kind of looking in perspective-wise. I want to see if you are aware of your actual failings. Your references cite a record of spotty attendance. Noted. Which of my references said that? Tech is all about the bleeding edge, and I want to work on that edge. I'd also like a chair. Embrace the sharp works startup grind, bro. I need a hands-on man. I am hands-on, bro. And then we see his web shooter just blast. Sigh. Dear me, web shooter nozzles don't lubricate themselves. Thanks, Peter. And it's just like, shit. Then we shift over, and that's not the thing that had hit him, but Sandman cracking a thing in his ass. It's just like, oh my god. With both my chemical and mechanical engineering experience, I'm an asset. What the heck happened to your face? That is an embarrassing and funny story, as we see that Sandman had chucked a manhole cover at his ass. I'll never ride a city bike again. Right, would you be willing to submit to a drug test, like, now? It's like, poor Peter. They're staying for the whole thing, huh? You're a geek celebrity. Everyone's dying to hear the dirt on your last boss, Norman Osborn. Well, he could be challenging guy to work with. Of course, we got the Green Goblin, and I love seeing the Spidey outfits in between. Super professional, guys. Totally cool. We're actually friends. Sometimes it's hard, finding a place where your quirk matches everyone else's. We're no strangers to quirky here. Beep. Oh, sorry, my aunt is very sick. Saw a baddie. I can fight alone. He's old. Please. P.S. This is Spider-Boy. P.P.S. Did you get the job? Family first. It's like, oh god, it's got to help out Spider-Boy. Thank you, but I have to go. She felt, and Hip Medicine Hospital, bye. What the? And shit goes nuts. It's like, oh god, he's got to go deal with that. And then we shift to some different kind of paneling layouts on these pages, which are pretty cool. And I kind of like them being kind of vertical and then shifting to horizontal sometimes. Later, Queens, New York. 15 disastrous interviews in 9 days. That... Getting at least to the interview stage, and even though it being disastrous, it's pretty bad when you're like, yeah, that's even unlucky, it's weird. That famous Parker luck is in full effect, ruining lives since 1842. I feel lucky. I get some extra time with you. Fringe benefits to being unemployed, Aunt May. I get to hang with my favorite lady. With clever wordplay like that, I can't imagine why you've been bombing. Ouch, but also fair. Stay for dinner. The feast volunteers are coming over for Riesling tortellini and the Real House Husbands of Nova Scotia. All three of those sound made up. Sigh, how did we raise such an uncultured swine? As we see another kind of thing of like them with like Aunt May, Ben, and Peter, which is kind of nice. Tortellini is just fancy stuffed pasta. I'm in. Wonderful. There's someone I want you to meet. Hold that thought. Hello? Hi. No. Maybe? Yes. Yes! Sorry for yelling. Yes, thank you. How does supervising engineer of cooperative disciplines at Rand's Enterprises sound? It's like, ooh, Danny Rand kind of place? Ooh, let's see if that works out. It sounds made up. Ha! You were saying about the Parker luck? Actually, this was luck. Just the good kind. The recruiter said an internal recommendation put me over the top. You have a reputation for hard work. Love that you think that, but no. Remember Brian, Naring from middle school? Yes, I do. And Aunt May does not like that with the freezy little word bubble there. Who gives a bunch of genius 6th graders access to the chemical closet? Did he, though? History and a lock I could pick with the guts of a mechanical pencil say yes. And the Nearing bomb was born. It took a week to air out the school. It was a month, because you hit a second time-delayed stinker in the AC ducts. Diabolical. And look at us now. Vanguards of science saving the world. It's like, okay, we'll have to see how this kind of relationship kind of works out. You're going to love it here, Parker. This place is the real deal. All the mad science with an extremely healthy dose of social responsibility. Hopefully, you guys, stank bombed the place, so... I can't wait, but I have to know. It's been almost 15 years, Brian. No one's fault. That's life, but why did you vouch for me? Ouch, you really don't remember. Come on. Think they'll know it was, I was in a fight? You're crazy, man. Hell yeah, I am. Freaktastic Four forever. It's like, okay. Interesting. I'm interested to kind of learn more about that. Wow, haven't thought of that in boom. Me neither. When I saw your application, and it was like, whoosh, get that wild man in here. Figured if a delinquent like me could make good, you deserved a shot too. You won't be disappointed. You don't have to impress me. Boom, da-dum. Turn it on for the big boss. You have to be kidding me as we see shit going down. And I really like how it kind of descends and gets bigger and things are going nuts. Doc, new guy's here. Go easy on him, okay? Peter, meet. Huh, never mind. Are you seriously wasting time messing around, Nearing? After that last review, I am a slow learner, man. Boom! And I actually like that it's kind of green and just kind of everywhere. Then we get a 2-page spread here with Spidey and Rhino in action. I really wanted that job. If someone was holding a positron cannon to my head, I think I could list off your most admirable qualities. Strength, speed, make slate gray work in all 4 seasons. Impeccable timing will not be on the list, Rhino. I just love that. As he's webbing him. That's beautiful. That's great, man. So then we get some more great Spidey action, and god damn it. I mean, see, the thing is, with a Spidey comic, it's kind of like what I see for, Cap comics, but also the kind of things that I've got for, magical, mystical ones and Iron Man ones. You want out of suit and out of magic to be good, like what we've been seeing here with the quiet kind of stuff, but the action stuff, the armor stuff, the mystical crazy stuff, to be that awesome as well, that kind of balance, and this just works it. So we get Spidey kicking him in the face. Rock yourself, Alexei. Fighting was not on my bingo card today. Something is wrong. Aside from the obvious derailment of what could have been a really, really cool job, the Rhino's been relatively chill for a bit. Muscle for hire, sure, but a baddie you can talk to. This is new. Spider-Man, thank you. No props. Hey, do you have any emotional attachment to this truck? After 20 years? Course. Oh, cool. Because he pretty much, like, blams Alexei into there, and then we see Rhino looking up. It's like, what? Then I'm sorry for your loss. This is going to hurt. My top end of my spider strength, but it's partial shoulder dislocation or a rampaging Rhino. I'll buy extra ibuprofen tonight. As we see him wham it onto him, like, holy shit. Are we ready to talk? Because there's a double-decker right over there. It's like, Spidey, that's... The fucking writing's on point. The art's on point. I'm just working it. And Rhino just blasts out. It's like, what the fuck? And I kind of like that it's like a big one up top, and then we see these smaller ones getting us into what's going on. Give me a hint. What's the problem? Horn moisturizer you like is on sale. Hot sneaker drop size 72s. Dazzler tickets. And then he goes, "Argh," and then fucking falls down. And then Spidey's like, what the fuck, Alexei? Oh my god. And then sees that his heart is stopping. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's a strange thing that happens sometimes. Laser heat rays millimeters from my face, no pressure. Falling from 40,000 feet without a chute, sure, it's a Monday. But I kind of like them kind of bringing this up. There's certain situations for certain people that they won't get a stress response for. It's like, lasers, fucking part of the job. Falling with no chute, yeah, I'm part of the job. 1, 2, 3, 4. But when I can't find a pulse, panic scrapes at every molecule in my body. I.e., somebody's going to die. How do I help them? I can web, I can shoot, and then we see Spidey trying to do CPR on his ass. It's like, CPR is like trying to knead a block of concrete, and my arms are already killing me. Hands are sweating. And I really like selling how much force Spidey is having to do for this. Heart pounding in my ears, but not the heartbeat I want to hear. As then we shift, and it's like, okay, let's see. Kingsley Tower, corporate home to Kingsley Unlimited. The article continues. Stisovich survived thanks to the intervention of Spider-Man and is expected to make a full recovery. Begging the question, should New York spend valuable resources on medical care for the Rhino? Yes, he's a person. I mean, yeah, he's done stupid-ass shit. But I mean, he's getting better, and he could be a hero if he wanted to be. Do we know where he's being held? Ravencroft. I've already intercepted the blood work. Don't keep me in suspense. The markers are present. He's a customer, District 11. One would expect someone of his skill set to live in a better part of town. It's like, you asshole. Something to remember next time we need big dumb muscle with a sweet tooth. Monitor. Intervene only if the compounds are in danger of discovery. It's like, what are you fucking doing, asshole? Hit the windows on your way out, would you, Simon? As pleases, Mr. Kingsley. See you tomorrow. Speak freely. He's gone. You're concerned. Dee-doop. The Rhino has no clue what he did to his own body, and the staff at Ravencroft aren't winning any Nobel Prizes in biochemical science. I'm clear there. But Spider-Man has more than a hero punches big dumb idiot relationship with the Rhino. The heart attack may trigger suspicion. Suspicion may trigger investigation. Yep. Reen. Will it be a problem if I add him to your to-do list? ... That's an unsettling pause. Sorry, quick self-check. I promised I'd never lie to you. I'll give him the treatment he deserves in a most professional manner. It's like, and I really love how Larraz's art just is really nice and clear and clean on things, and then does some really kind of crazy ass shit with like how that kind of silhouette looks. We get the whole bubbles and everything, and the words and all that. Just everyone on the team working together. The letters, the colors. It's just, it's cool. It sells the creepiness. Outstanding. Make sure you dress to impress. I have an image to uphold. As of course we see that he's got the Hobgoblin outfit in there. It's like, what are you trying to do? So we shift over and see this kind of double date going on. It's like, oh god, let's see how this works. So we get a nice little kind of smattering of stuff to get an understanding of where Peter's at right now and what's kind of going on. And I do like this balancing of him as Spidey and not Spidey. This is so fun. I love the city so much. The wine is much better. Yeah, we love it too, Bree. Let's make sure they don't kick us out. You're funny, Randy. I said, Randy, you're a bad listener. How are you a therapist? Social worker. To swiping right, clinked. To not accidentally picking the jelly belly booger bean. Cheers, Shay. So, you got fired on your first day? Shockingly? No. Brian told the boss about my ulcerative colitis, and we are trying again tomorrow. First day diarrhea, been there. Never mind. As Shay is laughing her ass off. Like, with a snorty snort. The guy's like my guardian angel because we pulled some pranks in middle school. Send him my way, please. I need an angel. Full moon isn't for weeks, but my caseload has been madness. Clients I've known for years are slamming doors in my face. Family people, good people. No one in East Harlem's themselves. Home to a certain Russian rhinoceros. It's like, Randy's got some issues here. This, of course, is helping to turn over Peter's thinking. Shay, you two are not brother and sister, boyfriend and girlfriend? Yeah, I mean, we're not exclusive. We're not. You're still on probation. That's better than... Is that good? Depends on you, Parker. Whoop! And then Randy's like, wow, check, please. God, check, please, God, check to probation. Amen, brother. It's like, oh, God, what the fuck's going on here? So that was a funny little thing. But then, of course, we see that Spidey has decided, I'm going to gotta check some shit out. And I really like the kind of night things that is pulled off here. I mean, Blood Hunt was done with night stuff as well. But this just really works for Spidey just coming in. And evidently, this is like Seinfeld shit. It's like, oh my god! And I'm like, oh, I didn't notice it at first, but I was like looking at certain kind of stuff and I'm like, oh my god, it is. Rainey's coincidence is probably just that. Clients in East Harlem acting weird around the same time a established guy freaks out, but it gnaws at my brain. What if it's not coincidence as we see him swinging in? I'm moving the wrong way. Finger. There we go. Yes. Can't help but feel like it's worth a friendly neighborhood B&E. Yep, check that shit out. Alexi's apartment is still standing, so his rampage didn't start here. Good thing to know and learn. This isn't the sort of place where opening the fridge is going to reveal the hidden passageway to the rhino lair. Would be funny if it did. But the low hum of my spider sense is reason enough to sniff around. If Alexi was anyone else, I could write his rampage off to a host of problems. But the guy's already had his worst day. He's trying to move on. When his beloved wife, Oksana, was killed way back in the classic Amazing Spider-Man 625. Nick loves love. Lol. Look, I didn't know that. Thank you for letting me know. Yes, he wrecks things for money, but he's not crazy. And a heart attack? Not that guy. And we see Spidey sense going off. He's like, oh shit. As he starts kind of looking at stuff. Suddenly, I don't feel so good. And then, of course, we see other weird shit going on, mainly from the darkness. It's like, what the fuck is this thing? Spider sense ringing so loud it's making me nauseous. But there's nothing here. There's nothing here! Just the sound of my breathing heavy. And pounding. And of course it's like, shit. And then we get this one. Heart. As we see all this crazy ass shit. And it's like, what the fuck? And that's where the main story ends. It's like, oh shit! And then of course we get like the usual kind of page that you usually get in the kind of beginning. It's like, alright. Then we get Amazing Spider-Man, Death to the Tyrant. With JR. So we pop into Oscorp. Shareholders, members of the board, and of course the press. Thank you all for coming on such short notice. Contrary to the popular opinion, I do not like the sound of my own voice, especially not my laugh. Of course, he pauses for a beat, and of course that's not going to land that much. Not the arena for levity. Noted. Oscorp has faced many challenges of late. Some external, most have been self-inflicted wounds. Since the last upheaval, I spent many sleepless nights considering my relationship to Oscorp. Sleepless nights over your relationship? There will be time for questions. And then we see somebody pop the fuck up. It's like, this is not good. I stay awake talking to my dead wife, Sandra Peterson. You probably don't remember killing her. And of course, everything starts going kind of nutty. And he starts freaking, like, roboting out. Laughing. Give us a laugh, Norm. Let's hear the goblins laugh one last time. Six Semper Monstrum. As he starts blasting and shit's like, oh my fuck. Shit. Podium gets screwed. Norman. Down. And people are trying to, like, grab his ass, but, like, he's able to kind of, like, tase him with his body. You are everything wrong with this country. A literal monster who lives above the law because of wealth. Why do you get to walk free as a serial murderer and my wife is dead? Pay for your sins, monster. My house. And it's like, yeah. And that's the thing. He's attempting to do that. And sometimes paying for your sins does not look like that or go as far as certain people want. And that's what's going on with this dude. Her name was Sandra. Her name was Wolf, as Norman pretty much tackles his ass after tossing part of the podium at him. You dare attack me in my house! My house! He rips off the arm and bashes the dude in. Before you go any further, as we see him kind of thinking while this is going on, we see him talking with Peter previously. There are a bunch of people who want to see you pay for the past, Norman. I should be high on that list. Maybe even number one. Fair. But people can change when they give themselves the space to believe change is possible. I do agree with that, Peter. But the thing is, it's giving yourself space, but also other people need to give you that space to do it as well. Your mind is clear. Free for the first time since you became the Goblin. Maybe the first time ever. Is quitting the best you can come up with? No. Get this man the attention he requires. Is anyone else hurt? Mr. Osborn, Mr. Osborn, what was the purpose of this press conference? Was this just a stunt? As we see different kind of paneling going on. I was going to resign today, shut the door on my past, and live out my days in obscurity. But a friend recently reminded me that those who have abused great power, if given the chance, have a responsibility to make amends. And I actually fucking love that, using the great power and great responsibility that way. That's actually really kind of cool. And I hope that we see more of that kind of going on. I love how Joe Kelly has been writing Peter, and I'm loving what he's doing with Osborn and continuing that on from Wells' run. I'm like, let's see this. I don't know how, but let this serve as my pledge to those who I have harmed. I will atone for the sins of my past with every tool at my disposal. Effective immediately, this is the only mission of Oscorp. And as his jacket's fucking smoking. Then we get the Spider's Web fan page. And of course talking about certain kind of comics and stuff. The Lowdown. Wonderful webheads, we are here. It's one of the biggest months and years for the Spider Office for several reasons. We have the biggest issue of Venom comics ever with all new Venom issue 5. No spoilers here. We also debuted Daredevil Cold Day in Hell, which isn't a Spider book, but is one I've been editing with Stephen McNiven and Charles Soule since 2019. This book is incredible and destined to be a true GOAT. Do not miss it. Our Gamma group has Godzilla vs. Hulk, and the Symbiote Squad has Web of Venomverse. The main event is our big launch of the newest volume of The Amazing Spider-Man, courtesy of Joe Kelly, Pepe Larraz, and John Romita Jr. This new volume has some of the most audacious and emotional spider stories ever, and people will be arguing about it for decades. And if you want more Joe Kelly, get his Godzilla vs. Spider-Man one-shot with Nick Bradshaw. It roars. Keep flipping. And they also talk about this month's host, Greg Weisman, writer, works on Spectacular Spider-Man. Who's your in-real-life superhero? My parents, my siblings, my wife, and my very grown-up kids all qualify. But if that's too easy an answer, I'm going to go with the late, great Edward Asner. Ed was an amazing friend to me through good times and bad. He was incredibly talented, but he also stood up for what he believed in, though it had real consequences to his career. Which Spider-Man villain do you most resonate with? Probably Dr. Octopus, especially in his Master Planner mode. Despite being humbled over and over, I still tend to walk through the door with a mistaken belief that I'm too smart for the room. Plus, I like to be in control. Yes, that's right, I'm admitting to being a megalomaniac. If you could give your younger self one piece of advice, what would it be? Write to your passion. If you're not passionate about the work, how can you expect anyone else to be? It's like, oh, cool to learn that for one Spider writer. Gamma Corner. Is he Spider, or is he Symbiote, or is he neither? Magic and Monsters. This month, while Incredible Hulk issue 24, the Green Goliath takes on Clea Strange in the Sanctum Sanctorum, he takes on a much bigger foe in Hulk vs. Godzilla issue 1. That's right. On the one hand, Hulk takes on a Sorcerer Supreme, mistress of the mystic arts. On the other hand, Hulk takes on an even larger green giant, known for smashing even more and bigger things than he does. It's really not Hulk's month. It's like, that does not sound like it, but we are not done yet with this. So, we get a look at Amazing Spider-Man issue 2, and we also get this, Elsewhere, Arizona. John Romita Jr. art. The magnetic patterning is odd enough. I'm sure your phone has been going wild, but it's the microbursts of cosmic radiation that have me freaked. You're suggesting that something in this formation can affect the magnetic shielding of the Earth? I promise it's not heat stroke, but I don't have a better explanation yet. The heartbeat of the tree! Damn it. I've known less determined cockroaches. Hermes, we told you this is a private site. Public lands and public funds put you here, Doc. But it's that private school horse Pucky that's mucking up your ears. It's like, okay. These rock formations are actually petrified tree trunks. Fascinating. And the cosmic rays don't encourage him. Ah, seeker of truth. Well, the indigenous people were wise. Obviously, they didn't know about radiation, cosmic or otherwise, but they had intuition about energy coming from this so-called rock. The radiation is coming from the tree. It's like, okay, let's see what's kind of going on here. Perfect, I can retire now. Cosmic radiation comes from inside the Earth. Don't be a jerk, man. He's annoying but harmless. But then, oof, what the fuck's going on here? And then shit starts breaking off, and people are like kind of buried. It's like, Doc, Doc, sweet Mary Mother, it's true. It's all true. It's like, what, man? The tree, the heartbeat, the Hellgate is open, and then we get introduced to Hellgate. It's like, evidently it's linked up to cosmic radiation. That looks fucking gnarly, and we'll have to see what goes on with that. So, I enjoyed this issue because I like how it touched on various different kind of aspects of Peter's life. Him hunting for a job in the beginning, and still doing kind of Spidey stuff, and then linking that up with how he's dealing with Aunt May and Shay, and then him dealing with the whole Rhino situation, being like, this isn't right, what's kind of going on with him here? And then learning that Kingsley is behind it, and that he's working with someone that utilizes the darkness around them, I think, for some kind of power thing. It's like, oh, okay, so what's the Hobgoblin doing? And what's kind of going on here? And then Peter freaking out as he's attempting to discern what's going on in Rhino's apartment, after learning that stuff's been going weird at Randy's kind of social work as well. And then I liked that we checked in with Norman, and that he's attempting to use his power that he's abused for the responsibility of like helping other people out, and then also dealing with the cyborg dude who's kind of going to go hambo rambo jambo and like get his own vengeance. And then seeing the whole thing with Hellgate, it's like, okay, that's an effective kind of introduction. Let's learn what's going on here with some kind of petrified trees, cosmic rays. What is Spidey going to have to deal with here? So it's kind of more in the kind of like mystical kind of spectrum. So that kind of lines up a little bit of what we had seen with like the 8 Deaths of Spider-Man. So I kind of am interested to see how this kind of works out. I don't think it's going to go that kind of crazy and insane, because we already just did that. But I think we're going to have some amped. We've got things on the kind of street level with Hobgoblin involved and doing kind of weird shit. So we'll see how this kind of works out. I think this was a nice and effective kind of introduction here, and I'm really excited to see how this goes. I'm like, all right. And that's because of pretty much everyone involved. The art just really draws me in and is really great for a Spidey book. I like Joe Kelly's handle of Spidey, Aunt May, all of the characters involved. I'm like, ooh, okay, but I can get that if people don't like his handling of how Spidey is here. And I've understood that with people having that with probably Wells as well. And if you're liking Ultimate Spider-Man, which I like the volume that I read of Ultimate Spider-Man, Hickman really has a good one on Peter there in that new Ultimate Universe. But I really like this. I want to see how this kind of goes and what kind of crazy and insanity we get. It's a really good package, but I understand if you don't want to spend $5.99 on it and just be like, I'll just either wait for it to be collected, or you just don't want to. That's totally fine. I totally get that. I enjoyed it though. I think I got my money's worth out of it. So those are my opinions on the issue. Tell me what you guys think in the comments below. If you liked it, if you didn't like it, if you agree with me, if you disagree with me. Also like and subscribe, and I hope you have a good day.